Jackson gonna take it himself. Spins inside the 5. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens!
Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all tape. Brand new chicks, you don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that.
Jackson gonna take it himself. Spins inside the 5. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens!
Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all tape. Brand new chicks, you don't know the.
Recognize these faces? Of course you do. In two proud cities, they are football. Their legacy, grit, glory, and an insatiable demand for more.
This is what we came for, and we couldn't want it anymore.
These players know the history, understand the responsibility, and on this day, know the only option is winning.
Dreaming of the payoff. Let's go! Let's go! The struggles and the trade-off.
This season, adversity has tackled both teams, but not kept them down. And now, their playoff quest begins.
And he's got the touchdown. Devoured. It's a foot race. There he goes. They go deep. Oh, what a catch.
Wildcard weekend continues. We're in the deep green of Steel City. Miami and Pittsburgh coming up next here on CBS. Hello, friends. Jim Nance, Phil.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the AFC Wildcard matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. My name is Vibe. I'm here with my colleague Orion, and we're here to call what's sure to be a very, very tough game between two very, very good teams. As the boot is off, and Boswell kicks us off with a ball kicked through the uprights and the opposite side of the building. And, folks, this Miami team is led by a rushing attack of Matt Breida and Matt Breida and Matt Breida. The guy is a speed demon, and he's finally coming to his own here in Miami. And the first play is to the aforementioned Matt Breida on the outside. Orion, you're the Dolphins head coach. Put yourself in his shoes. What can you do to drop a victory against the heavily favored Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, they come out a lot in cover 3, so you want to try and exploit the spaces in between the seams a lot. And then once they start adjusting to that, you got to start hitting the rest of the field. Got to be very careful. Use the seams to your advantage.
Tagovailoa, the rookie quarterback, has led them to the playoffs for the first time, and he will be brought down edge pressure by Rod Davis II as he comes off the edge like a bat out of hell. And Tua's first time dropping back will be his first time dropping to the ground as they are set up 3rd and long. Tua Tagovailoa under center. Drops back. He's got a pocket to himself, and he'll throw it up, and that'll be intercepted. Brooks Jr. on the play, and just like that, Pittsburgh is in business early. If you're the rookie, you're probably going to feel a lot more pressure to force it down the field early and make a big play to get those jitters out. What do you suggest they do to get him eased in early?
I think you just try to maybe run some play action, do something to catch the defense, catch them off guard, make them commit to the run. It's a really stout run defense, but in terms of passing defense, it's middle of the pack.
Speaking of passing the football, one of the biggest success stories of the year is quarterback Trace McSorley, as he'll hand it off to McFarland, and McFarland will catch the edge, and he's no slouch himself. Over 1,000 yards on the year with 12 touchdowns. But Trace McSorley entered halfway through the year for Ben Roethlisberger. They're looking for a source of more athleticism, and did they get it? McSorley, who's been a phenomenal passer, 16-5 touchdown interception, as he throws a risky one there. But he will connect on the outside to his receiver. And one thing that we never expected to be saying, at least in the coming years, is Trace McSorley starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers in a playoff game. But here we are as he comes out in an empty set with a tight end to his right. Not any tight end, Rob Gronkowski, who they acquired from the Buccaneers, and McSorley runs into a big old bear hug by former Patriot Kyle Van Noy.
It's a big play there. Miami did poach a lot of New England's former players. Right there, Kyle Van Noy, one of the best linebackers in the league, doing his job, getting that sack. Got to contain McSorley.
And that is why McSorley is struggled sometimes as he forced into triple coverage. McSorley, listen, we've said it. We didn't expect him to be here, and McSorley probably didn't entering the season. He was viewed as a safety by some teams, a safety or receiver. So for him to get this opportunity is huge, but he squanders a big one right there as O.J. Howard gets a nice little completion underneath. And I think both teams, with quarterbacks making their first postseason start, you would expect a lot more running the ball between both of them.
You would expect a lot more running the ball. But I think Miami's going to find out that this Pittsburgh Steelers defense is really well suited for the run. Come out constantly, bringing a safety down usually, put some pressure, and normally stops the run quite well.
Matt Breida pushes forward for a big one right there. Now, Matt Breida has been, like we said, a phenomenal back in this backfield. He's been speed demon. He's caught for almost 1,000 yards on the season. He's about as good as it gets when it comes to running backs in this league. You have to get him going early and often. And I understand this run defense is stout, but if Matt Breida can't get going, this team is in for a rude awakening. And Matt Breida pushes his way down to the 50. And listen, this Pittsburgh we saw just time and time ago, one of the best run defenses in all of football flounder against the 29th ranked rushing offense. So one could imagine if you're in Minnesota, you're keeping that in the back of your head. What a dot, and Devontae Parker to the sideline. And Tua Tagovailoa was heralded at Alabama for the ability to show up when it really mattered. People immediately point to his national championship in Alabama when he came in against Georgia. And he came in just cold as Tua pushes it downfield, and O.J. Howard, he's got a man that he has targeted multiple times early and often, and O.J. Howard is helping Tua get those jitters out early as he gets him down all the way to the 1-yard line.
Tua look right there. Nice job by Tua to get O.J. Howard. Well, nice job by O.J. Howard getting to that space. Beautiful by Tua to leading him.
Fast flow right there is the name of this Steelers offense. You have the fastest linebacker in all of football, Devin Bush, and he uses that speed about as well as anyone possibly can. Is he fast flowed over there to stop the outside run as Tua will come into the gun. 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Shotgun look and overload to the left by Pittsburgh, and Tua will hand it off, and that is as easy of a touchdown as Matt Breida will ever see, and he's going to do his dance in the end zone. Ladies and gentlemen, Miami off to a good start after what was a shaky first possession.
Well, just like you said before, 2 really young quarterbacks entering this game. Tua does a good job right there, handing the ball off, letting Breida do the work. And if they want to continue the success throughout the game, keep on feeding Breida the ball. In the pass game, in the run game, whatever.
We say in the pass game especially, Matt Breida led all running backs with 73 receptions, 993 yards, and 5 touchdowns. When we say no one was better than him in the pass game, we mean nobody was better than him in the pass game, with over 2,300 total yards over scrimmage or from scrimmage. You have to get him going. He's crucial to this offense as McSorley will drop back, and he has a quick out. That's one thing McSorley will make his money off of is when Miami likes to get aggressive, they tend to leave the flats open a lot, whether it's flats or the middle of the field. They'll come out in some too high looks. McSorley has been very, very good underneath, but he doesn't like to push the ball downfield too much as Connor will catch it and fall upfield, and it'll be a 3rd and short. with Trace McSorley and your franchise quarterback and Big Ben sitting on the bench, you would expect a lot more of getting McSorley out of the pocket. What do you think Pittsburgh needs to do to utilize McSorley's athletic talent going forward?
Well, knowing that he has the speed and capability to get big plays, should probably try to run more read options, more quarterback designed runs, maybe even some bootlegs or something. Get him out into space, make the defense try to adjust to it, and you'll find a wrinkle in that defense and get a big play.
We've seen what this Dolphins team can do when they're faced with the task of a rushing quarterback. They dealt with what was the most prolific rushing quarterback in the NFL in their division twice a year. Holding Tyrod to what was primarily pedestrian stat lines. So maybe Pittsburgh has that in the back of their head and are trying to save a few certain runs for their athletic quarterback. But McSorley formulating a good drive here is Anthony McFarland has been very, very good when given the opportunity to run the ball. He started off that last drive with a nice run to the outside and then was basically phased out of the offense going forward. And that is a timeout. As Pittsburgh takes a timeout, they must have not liked something going on. And Pittsburgh down 7 in the second quarter, early in the second quarter. McSorley driving, though, into Miami territory. Edmonds brought down to the box. McSorley play action. He's got a nice pocket. He's got room to run. But listen, this Miami defense has come out to play as nothing was open downfield. And as soon as McSorley even thought of taking off, whoever was spying him came down in a hurry.
And that was just a great adjustment there by Miami. Knowing that he can utilize his speed and possibly pick up yards, put up the spy, trust your coverage, and you're going to lead to anything right there.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. 7-0, second quarter, about like 6 minutes to go. About 6 minutes left in the second quarter, yeah. I guess play 3 quarters and just if Ben starts with the ball. Oh, no, because yeah, I guess. It's just halftime fucks it up. Yeah, just play 3 quarters, 7-0. Oh, my God. Oh, Ben. Ben.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
What is? You know what this reminds me of? When the Pats attempted a drop kick
Oh,
for an
my
extra
God.
point.
With Doug Flutie, right?
Yeah,
Didn't it
yeah,
work?
it was Flutie.
Yeah,
It
didn't it work?
worked. It worked. Wait, didn't it count for 2 though? I think it counted for
I don't
2.
think. No, I don't think it did.
It only counted for. That's a lot of work just for 1.
I think if it counted for 2, people that could drop kick would be like a commodity in the NFL. Because then people would just do that instead of go for 2.
Yeah, but it's a bit more difficult because it's not like it's like if you're doing it with a soccer ball, if you're drop kicking with a soccer ball, it's really not that difficult because it's a round object. It's spherical,
It's spherical.
so you can hit it, bro, and it's gonna go. Like you can time it. With the football, it's different because of its shape. So if you drop it, you have to make sure you drop it correctly, and so that when it drops, it bounces back up correctly, so that when you actually hit it, you hit it clean. But that's the problem. If you drop it and it doesn't bounce back right, it'll be wobbly. You kick it and you'll just shank it.
This is true.
So we're waiting for them to get into the second quarter, and then
Yeah, once they get to the second quarter and it's 7-0, Cam's gonna like get to midfield and then they'll pick it back up.
okay. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was eating pizza the entire time.
Bro, I'm pretty sure we're still on stream, aren't we? That's like a fucking legendary movie. Oh my god.
Don't worry, I'll just blame it on the network stooge.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge sanctioned by the U.S. government. Weapons of Class 4 and lower have been authorized for use during the purge. All other weapons are restricted. Government officials of ranking 10 have been granted immunity from the purge and shall not be harmed. Commencing at the siren, any and all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 continuous hours. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable until tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. when the purge concludes. Blessed be our new founding fathers and America, a nation reborn. May God be with you all.
We'll wait until Cam. Yeah. What is Poppy Mikey talking about?
Wow.
I'm trying to think when's the official moment we could start talking like not delinquents. He said he'll go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, after Matt Breida punches it into the end zone, it'll be Matt Hack booting it off. And 7-0, this Miami team getting off to a very, very good start as Pittsburgh is blanked so far in the first quarter. Oriel, what is the keys to Pittsburgh's offense at this point?
Well, you have your running back in McSorley, and they don't really design a lot of plays to go get some big shots. and you know they're going to try and go short. So I think you want to attack the intermediate routes and try to use your running back as well as much as possible.
And McFarland, it looked like he missed a lane to cut it up there, but he tried to string it out, and that'll take us into the second quarter. Now, here's a stat that will probably catch a few viewers off guard if you haven't followed the Steelers closely. Trace McSorley only has 16 rushing attempts for 27 yards. You'd imagine they'd want to get him going more just due to the fact that his main strength is his athleticism, but they're using him primarily as a pocket passer.
Well, even so, I think if you look at that, it's not so much it means he's primarily a pocket passer. If you hark back to when they played Washington, there's a lot of times where McSorley would scramble out the pocket, try to extend the play, and try to catch the defense off so that he can hit an open receiver. So you would assume they would try to do more of the same.
What a grab by Juju Smith-Schuster. Schuster emerging during his rookie season and then had to fill big shoes in last year after the loss of one Antonio Brown. And now he is finally coming into his own after struggling last season. As McSorley drops back, he's taking a very, very deep drop, and Robert Woods will catch it and fall for a loss of 4. That really deep drop is not something you see very much nowadays unless they're taking a major shot downfield. Is that just lack of quarterback awareness at that point?
I think you can put it up to that. It is Trace McSorley. This is a guy that most people wouldn't even think would start a game in the NFL. And the fact that he is clear that he still has some things to work out.
One has to wonder if Pittsburgh plans on going McSorley going forward. They have a top pick in this year's draft. Rumors of them taking the likes of Justin Fields or Trey Lance, or, if Lawrence falls past the number 1 spot. And there's been discussions with them trading back with the Patriots, who, while they don't know if they're going to re-sign Tyrod Taylor, an MVP runner-up, after his phenomenal season, but he's going to be hitting the open market, and McSorley also as well. So this Pittsburgh team post-2020 has a few things to work out, as a screen pass to James Conner is eaten alive by Sheldon, the linebacker of Miami. And listen, this Miami defense, they're flying around early. They're getting them behind the sticks. One thing they have not done is gotten off the field yet. Sorely in the pistol. He will drop back. He's got a crosser downfield, drag underneath, and that he will hit the big man, Rob Gronkowski, who, if you ever thought he was going to be in a Steelers jersey, then you might want to go hit up the lottery, because boy, oh boy, is that a weird sight. McSorley in a tight look, an offset tight end look, will drop back, and Shaq Barrett rushing the quarterback, and McSorley underthrows. And that is Bobby McCain. McCain, a huge play right there. And Miami's in business. If Miami can go up 2 possessions, it'll really force this Steelers team to start airing the ball out even more. And right now, they're struggling.
Statistically, they're ranked as a middle-of-the-pack defense, Miami. But that is just beautiful. Like, that's what they wanted. A quarterback with a so-so arm and accuracy, and a lot of really good corners, and a good secondary. And McCain was able to just make a big play right there to get Miami the ball back.
And now Tua back in business. Tua has all of the momentum in the world. And we talked earlier today about oh my God, Williams trying to go up and over. That's a little bit scary for a ball carrier, but as I was saying, we talked about Tua trying to get the load of being a rookie starting his first game off early, and this Pittsburgh defense, they look discombobulated right now. Tua will hand it off to Breida, and he's tracked down by TJ Watt. TJ Watt, who is a force to be reckoned with off the edge. We know that, but one thing he has not been prolific in as he's developed as a player is he struggled with his run defense as a 6-1 shifted into a 4-3 here. Tua under center, play action to Breida. And he'll get it to Breida, but late, and Breida will come down out of bounds. What is your take on TJ Watt as a run defender so far this season?
Well, in all honesty, if you're a player in this football league, you could always be better. That is without a doubt. You can always be a better player. For me, I think that he's fine.
And
Oh, wait a
Tua
second.
stripped Cam Hayward. And as we're talking about TJ Watt, his buddy Cam Hayward will scoop and score as the Steelers get home finally to Tua, and a huge play that shifts the momentum of this football game.
Big play from a big defense. Cam Hayward, an amazing job. That's why he should be ranked as one of the best interior defensive linemen in the league. Gets Pittsburgh right back in this game. Keep it level.
Now, if you're Miami, you're probably going to come out and try to run the rock a few times. Get the nerves settled down for your quarterback again, or maybe something as simple as a nice little underneath throw. It's a bunch set to the right, Tua in the gun. Tua drops back, and there's a screen look, and he'll give it to the best receiving back in football, Matt Breida. Matt Breida, it's almost ridiculous how much of a steal he was from Miami. Obviously, getting him from San Francisco for basically a bag of chips, as they'll find him again underneath, and once again impact in the receiving game. And San Francisco obviously is no slouch, no lack of running backs, but after Matt Breida left, we've seen who the true cream of the crop is at this point, as Tua will drop back again. There's an empty set, and Tua sacked Steven Nelson. No huddle again. They must have liked what they had to see. No, it'll be a timeout. This game has been very fast back and forth action. Pittsburgh, who looked lifeless, brought back to life by what was a very, very crucial strip sack, and his defense, like we've said, stacked with talent.
It's loaded with talent. And even still, when they traded Stephon to the Dolphins, which is a bit insane, they're still playing this well.
They really were trying to obviously get something going underneath the Breida, but lo and behold, this Pittsburgh defense all over it. Reinvigorated by what was a phenomenal defensive touchdown, and now Trace McSorley and company will most likely have another chance before half to make a big play happen. Peterson will take it, and he will return it to about the 14-yard line. Pittsburgh taking over in their own 14, one timeout, 34 seconds. You'd imagine they just run the clock out and go into half and lick their wounds, correct?
I would assume so. We've seen it countless time after time in this league where a lot of teams trying to go for it before half, trying to score deep in their own territory. It doesn't work. Comes back to bite them in the you-know-what.
McSorley in the gun. It looks like they showed no plans of slowing down. As McSorley, he's in his own end zone. He's got to be careful. He'll throw it away, just getting it to the line of scrimmage. This is where that inexperience comes into play. If you do not convert here, Miami's going to have a timeout, and due to them being backed up, they will be in good field position. Miami's defense right now playing for a chance at getting 3, as it'll be an outside zone concept. Anthony McFarland is eaten alive, and Miami's going to get a chance at 3 here with a timeout and 20 to go. Do you send the dogs here and try to block this one?
Well, with considering how much time that's left in the game and the field position, I would say you try and go block it, but it's evident that they're going to actually try and see and return it. I would assume Pittsburgh will just punt it out.
This is new. Matt Breida, everything comes out in the playoffs. Matt Breida will be the deep man to return this in a very poor punt, a lucky roll, and Miami doesn't even need to return. They're already in Pittsburgh territory.
That is just a mistake you cannot make, especially in the playoff. It's a crucial mistake. If Miami gets about 10, 15 yards, they can possibly attempt a field goal here.
Slants across the middle. Tua, he'll throw it, and he'll force it into Devontae Parker. Thankfully, that one was not intercepted, as Miami now took too much time off the clock to probably take another little underneath shot. How much range do you think their kicker can hit here? It looks like a good day out here in Pittsburgh. And is that Davis? Drive Davis the second with a fadeaway interception, and now Pittsburgh will probably have a chance at 6 before the half ends. Just one more play, but Miami had a chance to capitalize and failed there. There's McSorley in a pistol look, and it'll just be a power to McFarland. McFarland gain of about 15. That's a moot point. As both of these teams, it's an evenly fought matchup. We're going into half.
It's weird. Both of them should have suffered for their mistakes. And they are both very, very lucky that they didn't concede any points during that last minute of the second quarter.
D Virgin on the return. D will get to about the same as if the 20-yard line. Just should have taken
a net
the
loss
back there.
Yeah,
net loss of 5.
So where in this game?
One player that Pittsburgh's missing, without a doubt, is David DeCastro here. He's been out, obviously. There's a hole in that right side of the offensive line that's usually manned by one of the best interior linemen of football, and you can tell that when they're trying to run the ball, they're trying to get outside the tackles now, because that right here, you got another stretch outside zone scheme. They don't have that same firepower they have behind the right side of the O-line.
No, he's really integral to their offensive line. The Pittsburgh offensive line really is one that is solid. The tackles might be a bit iffy, but the interior of that line is so solid. But
and
the loss of
Chase
Claypool is a lot.
Chase Claypool catches the drag, and he's very, very good after the run and catch. But a big knock on him coming out of college was his ability to stay as a receiver, his ability to have enough speed and quickness to stay as a receiver. So much is where there's talks of him moving to an H-back tight end type position. Obviously, he put those to rest, as he is the team's leading receiver with 46 catches and 826 yards. McSorley, 2 backs in the backfield, McFarland and Connor. And they'll cross in front, and he'll hit McFarland. And McFarland, a huge shoestring tackle by Sheldon, basically saving what could have possibly been 20-plus yard gain, as now McSorley is in business along with this Pittsburgh team. He'll find Woods underneath, and Woods, 5-yard gain another acquisition from a team that basically wheeled and dealed everyone on their roster, the Rams. We talked about in our last broadcast the Rams falling to the Washington football team, as McSorley will hand it off to McFarland. For those missing the action of Wildcard weekend so far, the Vikings finally conquered their demon known as the Packers in what was a thriller. And the Washington football team did what was virtually unthinkable going into 2020, and they won a playoff game this year against a good Rams team who came out and said that they're proud of their team for this season. They were expecting a rebuild of some sorts, and they came out and competed, and they have a lot to look forward to going forward. They're a team that will look for, and Robert Woods, who has made his name with these designed wide receiver runs, Robert Woods down to the 12-yard line. He made a lot of money of those in LA, and he makes a big gain right there for Pittsburgh, and they're in business in the red zone. McSorley, he will hand it off to McFarland. McFarland's got nothing but green grass in front of him, and he will be tackled at the 1-yard line after getting the first down. And this is a very, very good drive from Pittsburgh to open up the half.
Very good drive indeed. That run by Robert Woods wasn't really expected. That's really on Miami, because they had a player there that could have tackled him back there.
And that is a touchdown. And you'd think a red flag would be alerted when you see the running back come in at fullback, but Miami had no answer from McFarland there. As Roethlisberger with the hold, and he will boot the extra point, and we're 14-7 Pittsburgh. So after a very good start from Miami, a costly turnover and scoop and score by Cam Hayward, and now Pittsburgh has taken control of this game. Miami has to answer sooner or later, as we're getting to that point in the second half where each drive becomes a lot more critical.
Becomes more critical indeed. If I'm the Dolphins right here, try to utilize Breida as much as you can to your advantage.
Tua, crossbody, and Devin Bush is there, and that is a killer. You almost virtually clinch being down 2 possessions by making that throw. What's going through the mind of Tua right there? Crossbody underneath, does not see Devin Bush, and that's a costly one.
Yeah. All the routes, it looked like we're well covered, but that's just a big mistake.
And Claypool beats his man, and sudden change is an understatement for what we just saw. Chase Claypool being deadlifted by Robert Woods. That's a sight I didn't expect to see, but the Steelers up 2 possessions in a span of 30 seconds.
And at this point, it's not even so much that Pittsburgh is outplaying Miami. It's just more so Miami is beating themselves right now. Too many costly errors, too many mistakes. All Pittsburgh has to do is just run what they need to run their game plan, go through with it, and it's going to work. They just have to keep on hoping Miami keeps on giving them these gifts when they're on defense.
Tua drops back, and there's a good play right there to Preston Williams on the left side of the field. Preston Williams is another one of these young stars for Miami. Listen, regardless of what happens in Miami, for Miami today, this team is poised for future success. But it would be very disappointing for them to go out in a game like this where they just drop an egg due to mistakes. Tua, nothing downfield. This Pittsburgh defense is motivated and flying around the field right now. Man coverage, and no one can gain an inch of separation. Late shift by the defense. Tua has his running back underneath, and that'll make it about 3rd and 5. And Breida has been, I'm pretty sure, the main recipient of majority of Tua's passes. And Breida, yeah, right there. 4 receptions of the 7 that Tua has completed. And a dime look from the Steelers. Tua making adjustments at the line. And he throws another one as Steven Nelson again. This Pittsburgh defense, it's just man coverage every play, and they can't get any separation up front. It's Matt Breida was the intended receiver there, and you can only do so much when your receivers are struggling to gain separation. So Tua floundering in the pocket right now. He knows he doesn't have much time because of his pass rush, and McSorley to the outside, and we finally see McSorley use his legs. It's his first rush of the game, and it's for 5.
You know, I still don't understand what Miami was doing right there on that play. What did Tua think? It's man coverage, and you have a guy running a hitch. You might as well just wait for him to keep as soon as he cuts, have that ball be right there so he can grab it. But instead, it's just a forced pass.
Was trying to force it downfield, make a big play, look for his best playmaker, and it costs him. The Dolphins backs against the wall, and a laser thrown in there to Chase Claypool. Wow.
That's a great pass, but an amazing catch by Claypool to keep that through contact.
Outside zone concept. McFarland will cut it up. They teach you to bang or bend when you run those outside concepts, and the bang has been there a lot, keeping it upfield. McFarland's been in business. McSorley drops back. He's got McFarland underneath. McFarland spins forward, and he will be ahead of the chains, and he will get a first down. McSorley now under center, and they can just ride this into the 4th quarter. And no, it's a handoff. Chase Claypool cuts it up, and a surprise snap before the end of the 4th quarter catches Miami off guard. Pittsburgh trying to punch one more in there, going to the 4th.
If they get one more touchdown, I think it's fair to say that this game might be over.
McSorley in the gun. Farland to his right. It's an option. McSorley outruns the read man. He made the wrong read and still was able to keep it outside. And there it is. They were keeping one of those runs for a crucial situation. And right there, this game out of hand early or out of hand late.
It's a 3-score game. I can't believe McSorley actually did that. That he just relied on his athleticism, his speed. Because in any other case, he should have been taken down for a loss.
That was a matter of him being more athletic than the guy in front of him. And that's what you're going to get with a quarterback like McSorley. Tagovailoa drops back. He's got time, and he uses that time to find his favorite receiver of the day, Steven Nelson, as Nelson batted out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 2 interceptions for Nelson, 4 tackles, another big-time play. And this game is getting ugly quick. McSorley hands it off. McFarland will fall forward into the end zone, and McFarland with another touchdown of the day. And this is a display by this Pittsburgh team. Whether it's running the football or dropping back into coverage, whatever they do, they have done it at an elite rate. And this is a team that other AFC contenders are going to have to be afraid of going forward.
You got to be careful of this Pittsburgh's defense. They generated most of Pittsburgh's points today. Off of picks, the fumble 6, everything. They're just an elite defense. And Miami, I feel like they went a little bit off script here. Just keep on forcing the ball. You're trying to make big plays. You can't be superhero if you keep on making the mistakes.
And Tua, we'll throw that one out. And to build off the point you were saying, I can't tell you the last time Pittsburgh started a possession on their own side of the 50. That's Tua as a tight package. Tua, he had his man Breida, but instead he hits O.J. Howard, and Howard swerves forward, and Tagovailoa finally. First down Dolphins. Haven't said that in a while, but this is the CKFL where anything is possible. So I touched on here before about the 5:30 mark, and 21-point game. Onside kick here and there. Listen, anything is possible as he looks for his man Breida underneath, and it's just swallowed up in the backfield. Breida has been useless since this first drive. Tagovailoa rolls out to his left. He's got nothing downfield. He's looking all the time in the world, and he will just lob it up there, and nobody comes down with it. 2 Steelers, 1 Dolphin. No one comes down with it.
I'm really surprised that no Steeler came down with it. That was a really, really risky throw.
Got Breida downfield, and Minka Fitzpatrick was playing possum, and he will go down. And this game has been defense for Pittsburgh. And he had Breida, found him late, probably got skittish due to the turnovers prior, and at this point, it's just chew the clock and let's go home if you're Pittsburgh. Miami playing for pride at this point, and an outside zone concept, and McFarland will get the first and a little more, and Anthony McFarland has been phenomenal today. It's been a display in every facet of the game. McSorley's looked good throwing the ball. McFarland looked good on the ground. The defense has looked great. And McFarland cuts it back, and he will be brought down after a gain of 7.
You can clearly see how much Pittsburgh values McFarland. He might be the team's future back going on. And it's on a team with 2 other really good backs in Kenyon Drake and James Conner. So surprised to see the rookie get so many snaps, but he has made the most out of these snaps.
3 tight ends to the right, obviously looking to pound the ball more. They'll audible it. Vance McDonald will move to the left. McSorley, he will drop back. It is a backwards pass to McFarland. He is brought down in the backfield That'll hurt the average a little bit. It is 4th and 9. And Pittsburgh will finally punt the ball away. O'Donnell. A line drive kick to Breida. Breida will take it on his own 5 and be tackled at about the 18-yard line. In Miami, at this point, you're just trying to get something that'll give you a little bit of optimism going into the offseason.
Yeah, get out of the game. Feel like maybe we did one thing correct. We did it well. We should be happy about it. But even though this was a poor display from Miami, they have a lot to look forward to. Their future seems to be very bright. And if Tua can work out some of the issues that he's displayed, there will be a force to be reckoned with very, very, very soon. Like Super Bowl contenders.
Tua, like you said, uber talented. There's no doubt about it. One thing he can't let this do is let this performance hurt him going forward. He's a bright star. He's got a hell of a future. But this is a game he's going to want to forget as soon as he can. Jakeem Grant will catch it, and he will go underneath. And at this point, 2 minutes left in the game, and Pittsburgh winning handily. Tua will come out, bunch set to the right, Breida to his left, Parker as the flanker. Rolling out to his right. And he will fumble out of bounds, and TJ Watt got a licking on him.
Big play from TJ Watt. I'm a bit surprised there. I mean, you can see Tua is still trying. He's still fighting. But even with his injury history, do you really want to allow him to get hit like that?
TJ Watt again getting a big hit on Tua. And to your point, it's at a time where you have to start thinking, hey, I'm the future of this team. I can't be taking hits like this. And a throw to Breida, and Breida out of the backfield, and they will get a first down. And a little bit more of what we wish we would have saw from Miami in the beginning is finding Breida out of the backfield, but they've been all over him in Pittsburgh, and a lack of judgment right there. And oh boy, Minka Fitzpatrick is there, and Jakeem Grant misses on attackable. Minka will just run out of bounds and expect to see Trace McSorley taking a quick knee.
Yeah, just take 2 knees, get out of this game.
McSorley has played a phenomenal game, but when you chalk it up, you have to chalk it up to this Pittsburgh defense, who has been untouchable throughout this game, forcing 8 turnovers.
And that knee should just about do it here.
Pittsburgh, dominant win, 35-17. The clock ticking, 5 seconds left, and Pittsburgh will advance to the second round, and they will be Pittsburgh is the 2 seed going forward, I believe, or the 3 seed. And a good season by the Dolphins, but they could not hang as they fall to Pittsburgh in the wildcard round once again. Everyone, I am Vibe. Happy to call this game with my colleague Orion. Hope you all have a good day and get ready for some more playoff football.
See you